it finally time to consider buying the S23 Ultra? Well, it's time to think about it because it's $974 unlocked right now, which is basically about a 20% discount, and it's only been out for a few months. And I think most people will agree that for most folks, this is the best flagship phone of 2023. At $1199, yes, it's an expensive phone. At $974, it's also an expensive phone. But for just a few months removed, to be able to get the top of the line chipset for this year, the Snapdragon 8 Generation 2, you get this big 200 megapixel camera. And what I love about the Samsung phones, it makes everything easy. And I really hate to use this phrase, but it's like the iPhone for Android. Like everything just works, and it's all nice and easy to access, and it looks great. They've got One UI, the best supported operating system skin that you can get in the Android game. It's its own UI. That's why I call it a skin. So there's stock Android, which of course we use on Google phones like the Pixels, and then Samsung, they kind of charted out and did their own thing. So they have their own look, they have some of their own apps, and their own kind of take on what they think Android 13 should be. And in a lot of ways, it's kind of more simplistic and it's uniform. It's across their devices. Like you pick up an A54, you pick up an S23 Ultra, it's the same experience. So software-wise, top-notch. You get 4 years of operating system updates, 5 years of security patches, which is basically, it's industry-leading in the Samsung, well, in the Android world. A couple other manufacturers have finally caught up with them, but Samsung did it first. And we're still looking at Google going, why are you still only offering 3 years of operating system updates when everybody else is offering 4, right? And a lot of times Samsung beats them to the punch. So you're going to have a well-updated, well-protected, very secure, good software experience for the lifetime of this phone. And I finally believe these phones will last that long. Whenever they were offering 3 years, like 3 years ago, I was like, do you really want to use a Snapdragon 855 for 4 years? I don't think so. So we've gotten things a lot better. 5G is fantastic now. It's not really taxing on the battery. And this right here, the best battery life basically on any phone I think you can get in 2023. It even beats the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. And it's one of the reasons that I don't use my iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. And I'm actually quite happy using my iPhone SE 2022, but that's a whole nother story. So S23 Ultra, it's a very ultra phone. It has mostly everything. It doesn't have the headphone jack. It doesn't have external SD card support, which, I mean, you can get that with the Sony, but most of the flagship phones don't offer that. So you get the S Pen though, which is nice, 200 megapixel camera, 4K 60 on the front and the back, 8K video. Yeah, you can shoot 8K video on here if you want to. Like, I don't know what you're going to display it on. I don't know what you're really going to do with it, but you can shoot 8K video. For real though, I mean, you can crop it down to 4K and you can get basically twice as much data on it. It looks nice. You can do it, but it takes up a lot of space. And that's why they bumped up the introductory storage to 256. So this is not like most of the other phones that start with 128. It starts with 256 gigabytes of storage. And I pre-ordered mine when I first got it, and I got the free upgrade to 512. So this is a ton of storage I have on this phone. But you can start off with 256. And overall, I think it's been a pretty positive response. Probably, I think this is the best Samsung phone they've ever made. So I give them 2 thumbs up with this device. They've done a lot of great things with it. And one of the things is whenever it comes to photos, it comes to video, they make everything so simple. You basically just tap a button. You don't have to, it pretty much does all the heavy lifting for you. So you can get good photos, you can get good video. They've increased the shutter speed on this thing. They've gotten a little bit better with that. They've been improving the HDR, and they've really worked on a lot of things this year from last year, like increasing the accuracy for skin tones, better low light photography and video, and a lot of that has to do with this big 200 megapixel camera, this massive sensor on the back. And of course, it'll also crop down too so that the file size is not super massive. It's a great phone for gaming. It's a great phone for day-to-day usage. I think it's got the best looking, turn it off there. I think it's got the best looking screen you can get basically in any phone. And I know some people say there's other displays out there, but I tell you, the Quad HD Plus resolution on here, 120 hertz. It's got nice contrast, deep, rich colors, good saturation. 120 hertz is so smooth and fluid. Everything about this phone is quality. It's premium. And one nice thing is they made it, it's not as rounded and it doesn't have that bigger curved edge on the side. Not that the one on the S22 Ultra was overly curvy, but it went into a round chassis. And this one, they kind of flattened the sides off, makes it a little bit more ergonomic, changed the form factor and the grip just a little bit, but still, it does have a curved edge, but it flows very nicely and seamlessly into the side of the phone there. And of course you've got the polished look on the sides, and then you've got the flat muted on the back. And I have the lavender one, which, let's face it, they should have called it Nesquik Pink. It's not really lavender, but they do have some pretty neat colors that you can get this year, especially if you order them from Samsung. But I was really surprised to see this $974. That's a good deal. It's only going to be at this price for a little while, and so if you're looking forward to getting one, if you've been waiting for the price to drop, and of course you can still trade in too. If you get it through Best Buy, you can still trade in something and lower the price even more. But it's great when you can lower the price when it starts at $974 and not $11.99. So that's like $225 off basically. That's a pretty good drop. That's, like I said, essentially a 20% discount, and you only had to wait, what, 3.5 months to get there? And that's one of the reasons I don't always advocate for buying phones as soon as they come out, because the prices drop. And we all know how Samsung likes to manipulate the pricing, right? They like to have sales, they like to offer freebies, they like to give you free storage upgrades, all that stuff to make it seem more appealing. But what happens is after that first month, the freebies go away and then they'll drop the price. Like you can find this 3 or 4 weeks after it comes out, after basically the freebies, and then people are past their return policy, they drop it to $10.99, but they don't give you anything with it. Well, now what we're seeing is $9.99 on Amazon, $9.74 on Best Buy. I've got links for both of those in the description of the video if you're interested in picking one up through there. And yeah, I think $9.74 is fantastic, especially when you take into consideration it's normally $11.99, and then I've got my Xperia 1 Mark V here, $13.99. Like that's a spicy meatball. But when you're talking about top-of-the-line flagship phones, they're expensive. I mean, you look at the iPhone 14 Pro Max, $10.99. This is normally $11.99, but they're good for a long time. And I have so much confidence in this phone now that we've got the Snapdragon 8 Generation 2. Battery life has gone through the roof. I mean, this will last me over a day if I needed to, and that's without really doing anything to try and save the battery. I know people that make this phone last 2 days, and you don't have charging anxiety anymore with the battery. It's still got 45-watt charging, which I think is good. I think it's a fair compromise. A lot of folks are like, oh, they need 60, 70, 80-watt charging. That stuff's not good on the battery over time. So 45 watts is a nice sweet spot. It's fast enough. It's got a big 5,000 milliamp battery. Fantastic speakers. The best Bluetooth experience I think you can get in a phone, especially because it has Dolby Atmos built into it. So when you listen to it, it sounds like 20% louder and better than using other phones, especially the iPhones. iPhone audio is not that good. Like everybody likes to talk about the AirPods and the Studio Beats and all that stuff, which are good. But then you go pair a set of headphones or earphones to a Samsung phone and turn on Dolby Atmos, it sounds way better. So if I listen to stuff, I prefer it to be on a Samsung phone. It sounds so good. So gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I just want to let you know, look, the price has dropped. If you've been looking to get one, it has a 2 thumbs up recommendation from me. I think it's a fantastic phone. I bought this with my own money. Samsung certainly didn't send this to me. And yeah, I think it's as good as it's probably going to get for a while. And Samsung seems pretty settled in. There weren't a lot of changes physically on the outside from the S22 to the S23 Ultra series. And of course, you still get the S Pen 2, which no other phone really has that. And I've been looking around at other phones that have some sort of stylus. They're cheap, they're not very good, they're not supported very well, and it's nothing like this and all the thought process and all the work that's gone into it. This S Pen that they have, the stylus is top notch. So that's all I got. If you have any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. I'll get back with you. Or I'll try my best anyway. I know there's a lot of comments. I'll try to answer them as best I can. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.